This is our first video on operations with logarithmic functions. So our question here says, determine which of the following would be like terms with 4 log base 5 of x. And we need to explain our reasoning. So like terms with log functions need to have 3 things. They need to have the same base, they need to have the same argument, and they need to have the same exponent. So the base is the number that is written next to the log. The argument is the part inside the bracket, and the exponent means an exponent that is in between the word log and the argument. Those are the 3 things that need to be the same in order for them to be like terms. So we're going to take a look at 4 examples, and we're going to determine whether or not they are like terms with, well, let's see, I've already forgotten, 4 log base 5 of x. So if I take a look at the first one, we have 5 log base 4 of x. So do they have the same base? No. Do they have the same argument? Yes. Do they have the same exponent? Well, neither of them has an exponent, so I'm going to say yes. But because the bases are different, these are not like terms. And my reasoning is they have different bases. So our first set, not like terms because they have different bases. All right, our second one, we have log base 5 of 4x. Do they have the same base? Yes, they both have a base of 5. Do they have the same argument? Well, this one has an argument of x, and this one has an argument of 4x. So no, they do not have the same argument, which means they are not like terms. And why? They have different arguments. Okay, so far neither of them have been like terms. All right, part C says 8 log base 5 of x. So is that a like term with 4 log base 5 of x? Do they have the same base? Yes, they both have a base of 5. Do they have the same argument? Yes, they both have an argument of x. Do they have the same exponent? Well, neither of them have a visible exponent, so I'm going to say yes. The only thing that's different is the coefficient in front, and that's okay. So yes, these are like terms because they have the same base, they have the same argument, and they have the same exponent. So I'm going to say they have the same base, argument, and exponent. All right, we have one last one to go. We have 4 log base 5, and then there's this weird little 2. So when we're doing logs, a lot like when we do sine, cos, and tan, they put the exponent in between the log and the argument instead of putting it at the end or instead of using a big bracket around the log. So this is 4 times log base 5 of x, and then it's squared. So are these like terms? Do they have the same base? Yes, we're base 5 and base 5. Do they have the same argument? Yes, they both have an argument of x. Do they have the same exponent? This one has a square, that one does not. So this is a no. They are not like terms because they have different exponents. So they have different exponents. Okay, that's going to do it for our first video. I'll see you in the next one to look at whether we can write some terms that are not like terms as like terms.